Hello and welcome. Are you heading to Istanbul in Turkey? The princess, the queen, the empress of cities, the city of cities. Perhaps you'd like to get on a ferry when you're there. In this video, I will tell you about the different ferry companies you can use when in the city, where you can go with a ferry, how much it costs, and what are the most scenic routes. So stick around if you would like to learn more. There are several ferry companies in Istanbul. The largest state company that operates ferries to everywhere is City Lines or Şehir Hatları. They operate the largest and most capacious ferries, which can carry up to 600 or even more passengers. The largest of the ferries have 3 decks, and some have shaded areas at the very top, which makes traveling by ferry in summer particularly pleasant. Large ferries will have catering facilities, and some will have a member of staff passing with a tray of goodies, for example, Turkish tea, orange juice, or toasted sandwiches. In winter, they will have the typical Turkish milky drink sahlep, which is made from milk and sugar, thickened with flour from wild orchid tubers. City lines operate a winter and summer schedule, which are slightly different. Departure times vary, but the busiest piers have ferries departing from as early as 6 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock at night. They depart at various intervals. At the busiest destinations will have ferries departing every 20 minutes, but for the more remote and less popular destinations, ferries can be as rarely as once a day. You should also check the ferry times for the particular day you want to travel on, as times may be different on weekdays and weekends. I will now show you the website of City Lines that you can use for your journey planning. In this particular instance, I will choose to go from Eminönü, which is the pier nearest the Egyptian Bazaar, to the Asian side in Kadıköy. And here you can see that we have available the times of the departing ferry from each of the piers, and you can calculate how long it will take. In this case, you will see that it will take approximately 20 minutes to get from one side to the other. To get on any of the ferries, you will need an Istanbul transport card loaded with sufficient credit. The current fare is approximately 30 Turkish liras, and you can use the same card for multiple people and for all ferry companies. You will get the card from a vending machine at any of the piers and use the same vending machine to load credit onto it. A word of warning: be careful when you get on and off the ferry, as the surfaces may be uneven. Don't lose your footing. If you are planning to take the ferry to the Princess Islands on a summer weekend, your best bet is to take it from the first point of departure, that is Eminönü or Kabataş, and secure a seat, as it will likely get very crowded at subsequent stops. Another ferry company is Turyol. This is a private company, and they run smaller ferries from also a smaller number of piers. Dentur Avrazia operates between Beşiktaş on the European side of Istanbul and Üsküdar on the Asian side. And this is also the shortest possible trip between the two, with duration of no more than 10 minutes to cross the Bosphorus. Occasionally, musicians perform on the ferries. It's one of the greatest pleasures of living in Istanbul, listening to the talented musicians while on the ferry. No one is rushing about, and it seems that time stands still as the ferry crosses the waters of the Bosphorus, the Sea of Marmara, or both. And now some random facts about the Istanbul ferries. Each ferry has a name. Some of the names are areas of the city. For example, on this photo you can see the Beykoz ferry. Beykoz is a district on the Asian side of Istanbul close to the Black Sea. Other ferries have the names of famous Turks or famous locals, citizens of Istanbul. One such person is Barış Manço, who was a famous rock singer, one of the most revered singers of Turkey. And I will make a subsequent video about him at some point in the future. Orhan Pamuk, a Turkish writer and Nobel Prize winner, says that some Istanbulus or residents of Istanbul count ferries when they're sleepless. Obviously, you have to have windows facing the water if you want to do that. And apparently, some of them knew the distinguishing features of each ferry. On this photo, I will show you one such ferry with the tulip. And as a semi-local, I know that this is the ferry from Üsküdar to Karaköy. Üsküdar is on the Asian side of the city and Karaköy on the European side. Some people count sheep to fall asleep, others count ferries. And one final note, also mentioned by Orhan Pamuk in his book Istanbul Memories and the City. Ferries were and still are so crowded that apparently in the past some people used to shout, "The first one to get off is a donkey." Not that that deterred anybody. All ferries will afford you unforgettable views. But if you want to take a photo of the Maiden's Tower close up, I recommend you get on the Beşiktaş to Kadıköy ferry or the opposite, the Kadıköy to Beşiktaş ferry. Alternatively, you can get on a ferry to Üsküdar and take photos from the shore. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you very much for watching. I hope this video helps you plan your upcoming trip to Istanbul. Enjoy yourself. Thank you very much. Bye bye.